Hello, my name is Jill Nitch, and this is my case study for Module 16 for EDL 854, Missing Booster Club Funds. Summary: Mr. Stevens is the principal of a middle school that has a declining enrollment, a middle school that's primarily parents that work in one of the industries in the town. He does not have an assistant principal, so he has to rely on parent volunteers to run the gate at all ball games and concession stands. One of his students was invited to cheer at an all-state competition in New York, and her mom, who frequently comes to help out with the concession stand and gate, approached Mr. Stevens to ask if the Booster Club would sponsor her daughter's trip, and Mr. Stevens told her no because it did not benefit multiple students, it just benefited one student. And their policy was to sponsor activities that benefited multiple students. What I know, obviously parents are relied upon to help out at athletic events, to help run the gate, the concession stand. After Mrs. Bowman had talked to Mr. Stevens about sponsoring the trip, she was one of the people that helped run the gate at a basketball game. The money from the concession stand balanced with the inventory, but the money from the ticket sales did not balance. There was a particular bill that was missing. What I need to know, it states that the Booster Club requires two other parents to help out with the concession stand and gate. Where were those other parents? How could 10 tickets be torn? Where is the $50 that is missing? Has Mr. Stevens talked to the other parent or parents who helped take the gate money? Would the school be willing to pay an employee to help monitor the concession stand and gate? And I guess my question is, why couldn't the tickets be used if they were partially torn, as long as a number was able to be seen on the tickets? Problem: somehow 10 tickets were mysteriously torn. Mr. Stevens talked to a parent who paid to get into the ballgame with the $50, but then when he went to go count the money, there was no $50 in the gate. And again, Mrs. Bowman was one of the people that helped take money for the gate. Proposed plan of action: I would possibly talk to the superintendent and school board about having someone be paid to help supervise these events, maybe an assistant athletic director or an assistant principal that would get a small stipend for helping out with these events. Require that two people count the money together and sign a document stating the total that was in the money bag. And me personally, I think it's okay to have parent volunteers, but the more often you can have school employees do those jobs, the better they would be. What is best for all students is that parents don't handle money. Yes, the use of pre-numbered tickets does cut down on money being mishandled, as Mr. Stevens had stated, but it does not obviously cut down on the tickets being mishandled. Somebody could tear some tickets and claim that they were already torn in pockets of money. Mr. Stevens was correct in turning down the request to pay for the cheerleading trip because it only benefited one student and did not benefit a majority of the students. I was thinking that tickets could possibly be used as long as a number was able to be read. I don't want to think that Mrs. Bowman had something to do with it, but it's just too much of a coincidence that after her request was denied that some money went missing. There needs to be a better system, checks and balances for dealing with money and getting people to help supervise events. And where is the $50, and has Mr. Stevens talked to Ms. Bowman? How I will promote effective and efficient management of the district. I think I will try to have someone from the district be paid to oversee the concession stand and the gate. I think it would make the process more effective. Stand by my decision in Mr. Stevens' decision for the Booster Club not to pay for the cheerleading trip, because the Booster Club does not just raise money for one student. They raise money for all the students. And I will promote effective management, because I will make sure that 2 people are counting money and signing a form to verify the correct amount. How I promote the social learning of every student. They have a very active PTO. I would try to have the kids read with some of those parent volunteers. They would have an authentic audience and be able to learn how to interact properly. Once you had somebody from the district helping out with the concession and gate, maybe the kids could possibly help sell tickets and learn how to properly interact with people. And then I wonder if there would be a student group that would help organize a fundraiser for this cheerleader, so it isn't the Booster Club that's trying to pay for it. How I promote the academic learning of every student. Obviously, the more kids can read, the better off they're going to be. So you'd promote academic learning by having the kids read with the parents. They could be helping in the concession stand as well, helping count money, make change back, lifelong skills they could be learning. And if there was a group that could help fundraise for the cheerleader, it could be used as a marketing technique. So again, real world experience that they're applying. Thank you.